Hello, everyone. Today is Sunday, June 1st, 2025 at 9:21 a.m. in the morning. Excuse me. So, today is the biological dad author's birthday. Um, but let me see. I guess he would have been 94 years old today if he was still alive. But yeah. Um, excuse me. But I didn't even have a good or a close relationship with him either. Um, so, but well, last night it seems like after I took the bentonite clay, um, last night, I don't remember how long it took me to go to sleep, but I don't think that I had much trouble sleeping last night. Excuse me, but like I think I only sneezed and had to blow my nose like maybe once or twice this morning. So, oh man, like I like sausage. I don't really like the bacon, but because there's so much the fat on bacon, so I don't like. Um, but this morning I just had um two granola bars, the chocolate chip granola bars, and bacon and eggs, and orange juice, and orange juice and milk. That was it. They didn't have the sausage or potatoes today. So excuse me. But I wonder how my fingernails get a little dirty. But but yeah, like the bacon was very it was very thin. So I had like four, pieces of thin bacon. Mom, I mean, like, well, I guess it wasn't too fatty, but um, like ever since I was a little kid, I always hated bacon. But this an abusive, narcissistic, fake perp named Zach, an in-person perp that used to work at the fake YMCA, the fake dirty YMCA in dirty downtown Pensacola. Um, that YMCA, that Zach tried to forcefully order me to eat bacon one day and try to make it like as if he was trying to curse me that I like bacon. Well, I prefer sausage. I don't really care for bacon. But certain foods throughout the years, I guess I just, tolerate. Um or like me being in my homeless predicament. If I'm in a predicament where um I might tolerate bacon and onions and pickles and stuff on my burger because I'm just really freaking hungry or haven't eaten in a while, but on my normally The normal me would not want bacon on my burger, on my sandwich, or nothing, or onions or whatever. But I guess I grew to like onions as I got older. Um, because I used to hate onions, hate them, and I still don't like pickles on my burgers or sandwich. I would prefer, like, I'm not against pickles, but I just don't like to eat it on my sandwich. I would like to have it like on the side, or not at all. But I'm not too crazy over pickles. But I don't hate pickles. But but a lot of people say that pickle juice is good for cramps. If you go to the academy and get pickle juice, the academy sports and outdoors, if you get pickle juice, you know. But I don't think I don't think I've ever had a moment. Maybe I did once, but no, I don't think I ever really had a moment where I've consumed pickle juice to help with cramps. But a lot of people say it's supposedly good, you know. But but yeah, I mean, I don't know how hungry I would be around lunchtime. Excuse me. But with the buy one get one free, Gyro, or whatever Gyro, however you pronounce the doggone thing. Philly cheesesteak, whatever flavor. I'm saving the second one with the bag of chips for today. Um, and I don't know if it'll be for lunch or for dinner. You know, but I did not have lunch yesterday, but I had a little snack yesterday. Make my eye itch. Excuse me. So, dang, I wish I can feel normal. Like, I'm just, today I don't feel well rested. Like, I still feel like I need more rest, like, I need more sleep, you know. And I guess I got the freedom to, go back to sleep after this video, or maybe take a nap, just rest more, you know. But I'm stuck in the middle of nowhere today. I'm not gonna say stranded because I got a room here, but um, excuse me. But the buses in this area is just not running today. But I think they were running yesterday and they were going to run tomorrow. Um, so I'm glad that everybody's out for summer vacation. You know, away from certain jobs, school, work, or whatever. But some people, they have their kids or whatever go to summer camp. Um, to keep the kids occupied and keep them learning, take a break from the indoctrination and poison from the fake public schools and even certain private schools. Homeschooling is the best way. If I had kids, I wish I could do the biblical homeschooling. And I was researching a lot of, like, about mm, 12 years ago, I was researching with my anti-Illuminati research. I used to research a lot about um, the home kids being homeschooled and stuff, and I learned certain things myself. A lot of people talk about, what the kids should do, like biblical homeschooling, you know. But yeah. So But I'm like that pool that I went to only twice. The first day I went, it seemed like they had like dangerous people there, like a lot of the ghetto hood kids. But then I didn't feel safe the first day. But then the next day, um, they had. I mean, the people there. I felt safer the next day with the type of people that were there. You know, but it kept raining that day. But I had an enjoyable moment. Well, I had good and bad happen that day. But I really enjoyed the moment when I went out by the splash pad and I went out by the splash pad and it was raining and I liked being outside in the rain, you know, and it that was before it started lightning and thundering, but I had fun. Um, it sounds like they're vacuuming. So maybe I should put my earbuds in. But yeah. Damn, and they right outside my door too. Hold on, let me put my earbuds in. All right. So, but it's like I kind of lost my train of thought. But yeah, but the stalkers bragged about how they called up the pool and lied on me, you know, and that they're in the works of trying to get me wrongfully permanently banned from all the pools for nothing. The cult stalkers, you know. So, but I mean, I don't know if I'll go back there again. Maybe, maybe not. Excuse me, but they only have two showers, and one of the showers is one of the showers is cold water, and the other showers warmer water, hot water, But if it rains, they make everybody pack up and leave without getting to take a shower. And what that means for me, I mean, not if it just rains, but if it's like lightning and thundering. So for me, if I go swimming there and it's like lightning or thundering, and they make us leave pack our things and leave immediately, I won't be able to get a shower, and I end up having that chlorine all in my hair and all on my body like all day, and then the next day and however else long, you know. But it seemed like, as I said, excuse me, at one of the pools, they let you know the homeless druggies go just to take a shower, but I got singled out and bullied, and I don't even interact with the kids. I just stay to myself, and that they try to say that I have to be swimming and that I can't go there just to shower, and then they try to make like, oh, you're a pedo and stuff. Like, y'all don't know me from Adam to Beaver. Y'all don't know me at all to you know, where are y'all getting these lies and false rumors from? And even when I was in Los Angeles swimming, They would falsely accuse me of pedophilia. Like, how, I mean, and they would have kids that are 10 years old. Their fake parents must tell them to harass me and try to fight me and stuff. When I was living in Los Angeles, and I remember I had emotional meltdowns and breakdowns crying about it and wondering what did I do to deserve this, because I just stay off to myself, and they try to plant their kids there to try to harass you, and then try to make attempts to set you up to get in trouble, or they send their kids to come and bully you. You know, and if the pools are free to the community, why do I deserve less privileges or rights than anyone else? Like, as I said, with the Treme pool, they had a few homeless druggies that would come just to go there just to shower and nothing else. And nobody harassed or bothered them, you know. But what does swimming have to do with pedophilia? I don't understand. Or just going for me to go and mind my business and go take a shower and then leave. And they, as I said, like at the Treme pool, they try to manipulate and falsely accuse me of stealing toilet paper. And I'm like, for what? And they would wait till after I got my Social Security check. And I was, getting more money at that time, getting probably 7 something or 8 something per month. I don't remember, but it was more than what I'm getting now. So, so it's like, I didn't realize it was the gang stalkers, quote unquote, the Masonic fake slander campaigns. It's like I don't even interact with kids. I stay to myself. I mind my business, and you know, but as I said, like at the previous pool, it's a brand new pool that opened up, and it's nice and clean and new and everything, but I want to do more swimming this summer, but you know um and it's hard to try to swim while sleep deprived, you know especially like when I was in Pensacola, I had to stop diving off the diving board because the sleep deprivation being too bad, you know and so I can't even be around people because of them. Like if I'm trying to be off to myself and just try to rest or clear my mind or something, and they do stuff to distract and disturb me on purpose, or make a lot of noise, and they just won't let me have peace or quiet. So I enjoy every moment where I can get peace, quiet, and solitude. So, but yeah, this past week, all the Nord pools were closed. Excuse me, they were all closed. And even on Memorial Day. But I heard that they open back up tomorrow, June 2nd. Well, I heard that they were closed for like training or something. But yeah, I mean, I can't even, if they're a free community pool, I mean, I can't believe that they won't let me to just go there just to shower and then leave. Or what if they have people who work out at the equipment rooms and they don't swim and they just go take a shower afterwards? Excuse me. So I'm the only one who has, like, when it comes to me being targeted and singled out, I'm the only one who has, like, you know, extra fake rules that the abusive, narcissistic, fake, power hungry perps try to force me to follow. And that's why they're keeping me forced poor and homeless and jobless or whatever. Because, excuse me, they want to keep me wrongfully enslaved and under control and always following fake rules. While they try to fake play God with my life and make rules for me that I'm only allowed to do this and not allowed to do that and whatever, you know, that everyone wants to steal my freedoms and rights and try to think they're fake exercising authority over me and, you know, trying to order me around and tell me what to do, and I have to do what everyone else tells me to do. They would think that a 4-year-old toddler, well, 4-year-old ain't really a toddler anymore, but they think a 4-year-old supposed to have authority over me and tell me what to do, and I have to obey and do what they say. You know, excuse me. So it's like everything I do or say is wrong, and I have like almost basically no freedom or rights. You know, but excuse me. Yeah, like, so last night, um the stalking cult must have been really mad at me because I had like over a 100 views. Excuse me, the previous video. I had over 100 views and only one like, one thumbs up. And then later on I noticed another thumbs up. So, but excuse me. Yeah, I figured that they must have been mad. So like this morning I caught one perp lied on me and said Candy got caught lying and scamming about trying to ask for a hotel room knowing she was gonna get paid. So then she went into hiding. She went into hiding because she knows she got caught or something like that. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, y'all are really desperate with y'all bizarre, strange lies. You know, how did I go into hiding and I did 2 videos yesterday? Excuse me, but yeah, I was trying to ask for a hotel night. I had enough for funds for food, but I was trying to ask for help for funds for hotel night Thursday. For Thursday night, I didn't have money then for enough for a hotel, but I had enough for food, but not for hotel. And then um I was not sure if the money was gonna come today or tomorrow because they said up to 2 days, and I didn't know that if the bank meant business days. So I didn't, but it came to me surprise that I got paid Friday morning. You know, I got paid Friday morning. Excuse me, I did not know that. But I was trying to ask for help for Thursday night for a hotel, and I didn't know, you know. But it seems like this with a lot of us targets that's forced homeless. I heard that the stalkers get paid to shuffle us around. And that's why we can't stay in the same spot, and that's why they call it trafficking. like the stalkers don't want us to be independent and self-sufficient, and they want to try to coerce us to be poor and homeless and dependent and needy on the system, so that we would they don't want us with being independent and self-sufficient, and they want to keep us ignorant. Excuse me, because they want things to be set up to look like as if, if the more poor you are, that's the more poor and homeless you are, that's the more they can control you and more rules you have to be forced to follow. And the way people talk bad about homeless people, if they say, well, they don't want to go to a shelter because they don't want to have to follow rules. Homeless shelters are cults. Exploitative, money-hungry prison scam cults where you're paying to live in prison. And they try to take all your money. All your money. If you're homeless and living in a shelter, and like whatever happened to back then when shelters used to be free, or maybe the shelters were free because I was young. But like I was at Covenant House twice, years ago, and I'm too old now, and people need to stop trying to refer me to Covenant House. I'm too freaking old. I'm not 19 or 20 years old. So, and looking back, they perped me and they gang stalked me and singled me out at Covenant House too, and I didn't realize I was targeted at the time. I was a teenager. I was a kid. Because I was 17 going on 18 after graduating from high school, and I was there for like, I don't remember, a few days or something. And I remember I got sexually assaulted at that fake ass Armstrong Park. Excuse me. Yeah, like people at Armstrong Park, it seems like as if they will sexually assault or rape you in broad daylight, or beat you up in broad daylight. And they have the police station, and they have Covenant House and maybe some other places, and then they got Armstrong Park right there. It's been years since I've actually been to Armstrong Park. I detest and hate that park. But I don't know if I might just show y'all a tour around that park. You know, but it's been a long time since I've been over there. Excuse me, I pass by there sometimes on the riding the bus. You know, excuse me. But yeah, it's like walking distance from the French Quarter, and I try to mostly avoid the French Quarter. It's filthy over there. Um, yeah. Excuse me. So yeah, people would tell me I deserve to get hurt or killed. So I don't go to the French Quarter. Like they've had moments where I have no choice but to pass through the French Quarter. But whenever I can, I try to avoid it. But so yeah, like whenever you're renting an apartment, or excuse me, especially on fake Section 8 or whatever, or if you gotta ride the bus, or if you're in homeless shelters and stuff, you got more rules to follow than you having your own house. Because if you like have your own house, even though you have to pay a mortgage or whatever, I heard that you never really truly own your own house or car, because if you did, you didn't need to pay property taxes. So they say as long as you gotta pay property taxes, the government owns it and they can seize your house and car whenever they feel like it. You know, meaning you're a total slave. So, um, but like if you have your own house or considered a quote unquote homeowner, it's like they said the government give you the illusion of owning your own home and car, even if it's paid off. But so but if you are considered a homeowner, you know, you can have as many people as you want. From what I heard, you can have as many people as you want to come live with you. But if you're on Section 8 or living in an apartment, even not Section 8, you know, there's certain rules or whatever with people living with you, you know. But if you ride the bus, you got more rules to follow, even though you got rules to follow when you're driving too, you know. But if someone is driving their own car and you're a passenger, you know, they can make their own rules for you. Or just like if they have their own house and you're living there or you're a guest or whatever visiting, you know, they got their own personal rules, you know. But if you work from home, or even if you don't work from home, if you got your own job, if you're an entrepreneur, I mean, well, if you got less rules to follow than if you have an employer and you work a regular job, you know, 9 to 5 or whatever. But if you're your own entrepreneur, no one can tell you when you can take a lunch break, and no one can tell you when you can use the bathroom, you know. But like certain jobs, it's like this elementary school or whatever, that they won't let you get up and use the bathroom until break time. Or some certain jobs won't even let you take a break, you know. But yeah. So yeah, like I've been seeing that a lot of other people who do content creation on YouTube or any other social media, it counts as work and a job and entrepreneurship for them. But how come it's not considered work for me? Um, so it's like it's like I'm considered not allowed to call myself no one the gang stalking cult network. They won't allow me to be considered as a content creator, you know. But I'm gonna earn like under $200. This will be like the highest that I've earned. Um, you know, since like last year, you know, because I've been earning like 178 or 175 or lower. But you know, it's still gonna be this time for June under $200. But you know, over 190. But I don't know. They're still gonna adjust it. So I don't know if it will be over or under 190. And you know, I shouldn't have to publicize or tell anyone. But you know, about under $200 a month from YouTube, while everyone else is earning like 5 and 6 thousand a month, earning that much, you know. But how am I supposed to live? The stalkers don't want me living. They're trying to criminalize me being alive, while at the same time they're committing cyber crimes. They're committing crimes trying to murder me. And then they pretend that my supporters are the ones that don't mean me any good and want me dead, or that they're dangerous for me. And then when I do get a job, the stalkers huddle together and gossip about how Candy is a liability to the company. They'd be like, Candy is a liability to the company and she's going to get fired the first day. Or they'd be like, oh, wait a minute, let me find out where she works at. And they try to go hunting for where they think I might work at. Like in 2021, they did fake Google reviews on every car wash place where they thought I was working at in Pensacola, and spreading lies and trying to tell the company to fire me. It's like, wait a minute, I don't even work at such and such car wash place. But they kept going on the Google reviews and slandering me at every on the Google reviews at every car wash. And then try to talk about me being a bad person and a nuisance and schizophrenic and needing help and this and that, whatever. And they're the ones that's crazy. The fact that they're willing to lose sleep to stalk you all day. But they stalk you all day, but hoping that they want you to be eliminated off of all social media and just eliminated from society, removed from society. They even create lies to get you removed from society. But it's like, I can't believe people like fake Darnisha, fake Darnell is how is he running free? People like him is the one who need to be removed from society. And it's like no one cares, no one wants to investigate what the stalking cult is doing to me. But then the moment they lie on me, action gets taken, and I'm forbidden and not allowed to defend my innocence or explain myself. I'm still wrongfully banned from the Riverwalk. And then they want to talk about her behavior, talking about my behavior. But y'all start talking about my behavior like you think you're better than someone. So it seems like finding another apartment is out of the question with me dealing with my hypersensitivity and targeting. Because how the hell am I supposed to just keep breaking leases everywhere I go? Because of the stalking being that bad. So it looks like for the rest of my life, I might have to be forced to just dealing with switching back and forth between the streets and hotels. Because I'm wrongfully banned from the shelters and can't do shelters because they're cults anyway. Take all your money. And then I can't live with people. And, I'm willing to have an opportunity I wish I could get a way to have an RV or a mobile home, like a home on wheels. Or even, I heard it's hard, the idea of being homeless and sleeping in your car or whatever. I heard that that's harder than you think. But a lot of people in the TI community used to be like, go get you a GoFundMe. And this was back in 2019, and 2020. They used to say, go get you a GoFundMe and get a GoFundMe and put the GoFundMe up for and for donations, raise money for donations, and then go get you an RV or a van to live in. You know, so they said go get you a van to live in, or get you an RV. With the cult stalkers, they stopped that, and they um you know, like if they find out I'm trying to raise funds for a van or a vehicle to live and work in, they halt that immediately. They sabotage it immediately because I said if I had help with enough funds for a vehicle, that can open up the door to more job opportunities. Most people won't touch me because I'm homeless and because I don't have a car. And they won't even let me work for a car. So, but my dealing with the sleep deprivation, it would be hard for me to do a lot of driving. You know, but yeah, I'm trying to figure things out. Like, I mean, well, I wouldn't mind living in a cottage or a tiny home. Well, I don't know about tiny home because I'm claustrophobic. I'm not gonna lie. I'm claustrophobic, you know. But I wouldn't mind a tiny home um with no close nearby neighbors, you know. But I wish I wasn't in this predicament, but so many people try to say it's a blessing that to be gang stalked, to be targeted. They want to say it's a blessing in disguise. Or they say you don't realize you're blessed and highly favored and this and that, whatever, or that you're chosen. But I cannot deal with living in apartments. I can't deal with roommates. I can't deal with living in apartments. I hate having neighbors and roommates. Just being around people, more like being around perps, you know. Um, but as I said, the stalkers keep suppressing me and won't let me have my own job, car, home, or nothing because the only job they want me to do is prostituting and perping. And they want me to sell or lose my soul and go to hell. I mean, something's wrong with them that they think that worshiping Satan is the smarter decision. And because if you're not serving the devil like they are, then they call you mentally ill and say something's freaking wrong with you. So, everybody ignored me when I did a video saying that I needed a winter solution off the streets. And if I could have had a way to get off the streets, well, I mean, but I don't know. It's like I said, I wanted to stay living in my hometown, New Orleans, because I felt homesick. I felt homesick for years, you know. But the gang stalking cult network, both online and in person, with me being wrongfully permanently banned from so many places. It's like they're trying to force me to hate it here. They're trying to force me to hate it here. You know, and and they trying to run me out of my own hometown. You know, excuse me. And then if I go somewhere else, I get told go back to New Orleans. We don't want you here. And they get mad that I'm in a new different city and state. But I want to stay in the southeastern part of the U.S. I'm scared to go to live in Mississippi and Alabama because of the racism and stuff. You know, they say Mississippi is worse than Alabama with the racism. And certain people say that they're scared of Florida because of racism. You know. Excuse me, but I damn sure miss the beaches and stuff. But I mean, I wish I could you know, I wish I did have a car. But I know I probably would, like when I did have a car, they would have cops, fake abusive narcissistic perp cops that would wrongfully pull me over for nothing and falsely accuse me, write me fake speeding tickets or whatever. And it's like, wait a minute, I'm going the speed limit. And I heard they do it all for quotas and more fake revenue generation, you know. And abusive narcs don't want me driving and they don't want me with a car, you know. But, you know, the stalkers trying to control how I live and everything. It seems like abusive, narcissistic, fake Miss Vicky is still, even after I blocked her for becoming a perp, she's still trying to control me. Excuse me, she's still trying to control me and tell me what to do and how to live. And a lot of the stalkers are. You know, like, how do they have people in their 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s gang stalking and harassing and bullying, cyberbullying, and cyber stalking and cyber harassment and cyber threatening, you know, and so yeah, what time it is? 10:09 a.m. in the morning. I have to pee extremely bad. Um, so my goals for today, I'm gonna listen to the Bible and try to pray and stuff, and um, ooh, I gotta go. Hold on, let me pause. Okay. Oh, so those bastards force urinated me the very moment I tried to start to talk about what my goals are for today. Um, it seems like well, I ended up getting a couple of drops of pee on the floor, but I cleaned it up. Um, I'm talking about in the bathroom, you know. But that's how I know it's forced urination, because if they randomly force me to just suddenly have to pee really bad, like suddenly have to stop everything in its tracks and just go run to the bathroom. That's how I know it's forced urination. Like right when I started to try to talk about what my goals for the day are, you know. So, um, looks like my hair is starting to be more knotted back here, and I kept trying to comb it out yesterday, and still have the knots here and very tangled here and up here and everything. I pretty much feel like I'm either taking a break, or I don't know if I give up on trying to comb these not in here. They seem like they're impossible. And it seems like the coconut oil isn't helping. Well, I don't know if it might be that brand of coconut oil. Um, but I don't know if I should just keep trying, still continue trying, and keep fighting, or if I have to get it all cut off. You know. But it seems like I'm gonna end up continuing to struggle. I can't, as I said, I can't properly get to take care of my hair the way I'm supposed to. And the same with my teeth and stuff. Well, I wash my hair just about every time I take a shower, but combing it out and stuff, I've been like too tired and depressed and fatigued and exhausted. Especially coming from days off the streets and everything. You know, um, but yeah, um, but I don't want to live in colder climates. I want to stay here in my hometown, New Orleans, or I don't know if I should try to live in another area of Florida. I don't know, but then they got more hurricanes there. But I want to stay put here in my hometown, New Orleans. But I wish I could like go visit out of town and different places. So my goal for today, goals with an S, to listen to the Bible and pray. I didn't say they were promises, because the stalkers will lie and say, "Oh, Candy broke her promise for this. She lied about that." No, I didn't. I said that they're more like goals, wishes, and plans. I didn't get to fulfill everything yesterday, but I fulfilled certain things. Um, and I can't believe how they weaponized the Bible against me. Wow, they stole their soul to the devil and pretending that they could be a better Christian than me and act like salvation is supposed to be like salvation is a competition. So when I get off here, I'm gonna take a shower and wash my hair. Um, I did brush my teeth last night with the turmeric and Himalayan pink salt. I need to floss my teeth. So I'm gonna take a shower and and I'm gonna well, I don't know if I'll do it. It's not in chronological order what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna listen to the Bible and pray, and also I'm also gonna well, I have a few personal projects that I need to do, or want to do, or going to do, and I will I would like to, you know, um, I don't know if I'm gonna work on any writing today, but I would like to um work on another self-published ebook or two, and it may not be done all today. But yeah, but that's one thing I hate. When I accomplish something, I get attacked more, and the stalkers will be on the ready to make more fake bad reviews on all my Amazon ebooks. Or even if it's not just Amazon, if I publish somewhere else, they will attack my character and spread a bunch of lies on purpose to deter people from wanting to support me or purchase anything I worked hard for. And they will laugh and say, "You call that hard work? You write like a third grader." But you've been stalking and reading my stuff for years. How are you tired of me, but you've been stalking me for 5 or 6 years, and you can't even write? If you can write better, you purchase some. I mean, how about you? You write some ebooks if you can do it better. Cause you can't even you spell. You want to talk about Candy writes like a third grader, but at least you spell like a third grader. You type like a third grader. See how you using narcissistic fake projection? You can't even spell. You illiterate. You can't even spell AND and. The same names you want to try to call me. You want to call me schizophrenic, but you can't even spell schizophrenia. You can't even spell the same schizophrenic name that you're trying to call me. You can't even spell the word crazy. I've caught y'all, you perps, misspelling the word crazy. Trying to call me crazy. And can't even spell the word crazy. So I'm glad that there are more than one person who have told me that I'm gifted with writing and and I'm gonna try to see what other platforms I can put my books at. Or I might have to just redo everything all over again. But I have like certain goals to accomplish with my writings, and the stalkers keep trying to stop it, and they try to make it like I'm just this idle beggar and scammer. And then when I self-publish another ebook, they be like they gossip or they get upset at talking about this is Candy's latest scam. Whose permission do I need to self-publish an ebook? So that's a goal that I can work on today. But I gotta get my head clear, and I need more rest. I need more sleep. I might just take a nap after getting off of here, and then just go take a shower after my nap, or take a nap. I mean, take a shower first and then a nap. I don't know. Um, Either way, but it doesn't matter what order for me. I guess it just matters if I get them accomplished or not. And I guess I shouldn't beat myself up if I don't get them accomplished. At least I tried, or at least I made attempts. you know so I don't know if I might do regular blogging today. It's like I'm still tired. I feel bogged down. I feel weak. Like I feel like something is weighing me down. Like I feel weighed down. Like all my physical energy is just gone. You know. So and it got more and more lies to create the more I try to accomplish things. So it's like they hinder you from they hinder me from having opportunities or a way to take a shower and a bath. And then they lie and say, well, Candy is nasty and she likes to be dirty. She don't like to take a shower. She never bathes. Unfortunately, with me being homeless, I had to put on like the same clothes sometimes. But I have to keep my belongings to a minimum because, I can only carry around so much. And I don't have a storage unit anymore like I used to. And I miss having like a wider variety of clothes where I can wash and wear and switch clothes like every day. You know, I mean, I could take a shower and switch out clothes, a new outfit or new clothes every day. You know, um, and like I miss getting to wear the color red. You know, as I said, it's like your intent behind it. If you wear the color red and you're not gang stalking, then you ain't got anything to worry about. But a lot of times they come prepared to perk with the red, but sometimes they gang stalk using other colors as well. You know, but they have had talk people that profess to be targeted. Excuse me, and if they They wear a red shirt, and then they talk about, look at this perp behind me perping with the red car and doing this and doing that. People in the other TIs or people in the comments don't say you're a hypocrite. But the perps have called me a hypocrite. My twin sister sent her cult to call me a hypocrite for wearing a red hoodie. But that was given to me. You know, and I'm not out here with the intent to perp anyone. Feel free to wear whatever color you want and red if you want to. But if you're doing it to perp, then it's a problem. They have had people that would perp me with the color green. Or for example, you know. Or perping with the color yellow. I don't know, they just weird with it. Excuse me, but I threw out everything red. Like when I had the storage unit, I got rid of everything red to own. But then they had that popular fake TI perp, that Paul Tucson guy. And what happened was, I was trying to get, wait, these are the black ones. I was trying to get like the lighter green colored earbuds, and they had it to where Amazon perped me by having where red was the cheapest color available. And then he attacked me and falsely accused me of being a perp for the little bit of red, because that was all Amazon had to be the cheapest available, and I didn't have the money to afford the other colors, you know. And I'm like, they did this on purpose. And so there were videos of him intentionally flashing satanic hand signs, and he was also he was wearing like hypocritically, he wears red shirts all the time, and then try to justify his fake hypocrisy, try to say that he tried to lie and say that he's part of a blood gang, like that he's a blood gang member and stuff. And he bragged about being in prison 5 times and stuff, you know, and he threatened me with brass knuckles, and everybody sided with him. And the more I try to talk about it, they try to force me to shut up on my own channel, or try to mute me, and I was losing subscribers, losing support left and right every time I try to talk about it, or, you know, the way he treated me and what he did to me. But no, when I got canceled for trying to point out Paul's hypocrisy, you know, that he can, and he even bragged to say, yeah, I could wear red. But you got whole entire red t-shirts while flashing satanic hand signs. And then after the moment he picked the fight with me and started feuding with me, that's when he become one of the popular fakes and been going viral in the TI community on social media, and everybody's listening to him. But then he is talking like as if he does not believe that Freemasons are behind gang stalking. Yes, they are. Or he thinks it's bullshit that the New World Order and the Illuminati is behind gang stalking. Or he doesn't believe that police are involved in the gang stalking. You know, so I really believe he's sold out. Because he even said, he blatantly said that he did not believe in Jesus. He was vocal and outspoken and open, you know, about saying that he didn't believe in Jesus. Like, after he picked fights with me, then his videos started circulating and going very viral and being popular. But for me to talk about going through the same thing and the same targeting, and me being like suppressed, you know, So, hold up. Fake Darnisha is making it more fake harassing comments. Talking about, oh my God, you brush your teeth. And he made a fake profile using my picture and altering it to look goofy and talking about greedy grand perp with the fake Masonic 33. Y'all going to hell. It's like they're addicted to me. These stalkers are addicted to me like a drug. But they might have people who are perps that plant me with red gifts, red colored gifts. Like, if someone wants to give me red shoes or perp me by giving me red suitcase or red sleeping bag or red this, red that, you know, it's your intent behind it, you know. But it's like they stalk and harass me unprovoked when I'm not even bothering them or I'm not even talking about them, and just more and more fake new profiles to stalk and harass, you know. And why do they have people who profess to be targeted that's bullying and stalking and harassing a fellow TIs? If you don't like being stalked and harassed, why are you doing it to me? Because I don't stalk anyone. I don't harass anyone. I don't follow anyone. I don't feel like I need to keep up with one person's life and their every move. I'm in survival mode, just fighting to live. You know, fighting to survive. You know, see, then my eye is itching. They're making my eye itch. But, so yeah. I don't know if there's any possibility or any hope for me to get an RV or a mobile home or a home on wheels or a van, a bus, a schooling or car or SUV or something to live in. And probably work and earn money too. But it's hard for me to find what side hustle or job I could do while me being homeless and disabled. And I need something I could do by myself. My writing is the best thing for me. But, you know, if I try to do like if I try to do like food reviews, the stalkers, they will shut down my personal project with that or trying to earn a living with that. But they can allow my twin sister to have her channel to revolve around food when she was the one who told them to harass me and call me fat and greedy and a pig and everything. But it's okay for her to earn money from content from YouTube, but I'm forbidden and not allowed. And the stalkers are so upset at the truth. They know they're gang stalking, and then they lie and say no one is stalking me. Will you tell on yourself? If no one is stalking me, then how do you know what I did 6 years ago? How do you know? Why are you so invested in my life if no one's stalking me? Why are you trying to coerce mental health because I won't join your satanic evil, sell out fake cult? Just leave people alone and mind your business. You don't have authority over me. You don't have power over me. You don't run me. I don't know you. You're sicko. You're a sicko. You're sick. You know, when a sick person is trying to lie and say that you're sick, crazy, and need help. So, and fake Darnisha and the stalkers, they're betting, like they're placing bets on the next person who they can flip and turn against me to join their cult. Nobody wants to fucking join y'all. Y'all, the ones who did join, y'all are nobodies and y'all are fools. Y'all stupid. Y'all the ones selling out for money. Who's the scammer and the fraud here? Y'all the ones sex trafficking and committing murder crimes, accessory to a murder, conspiracy to murder, and it's for money. But no, but for y'all to sabotage my airport job, y'all don't want me with a job. You would have let me have. You would have let me stay working, or you wouldn't have tried to plot on trying to get me wrongfully banned from the Piccadilly job. So every job I work at, oh, Candy is a liability to the company. And she's going to get fired the first day, or nobody's going to put up with her foolishness. You know, fake Walmart won't hire me to work. And if they do, they give me small enough hours that I would still have to need to depend on, quote unquote, begging and panhandling and asking for help. That's how I was with Piccadilly. My hours were enough to where I would still need help. And it's like I can't even live on Section 8 because living with Section 8 housing is dangerous. It's dangerous for me. I can't even live on low income housing or a housing program because it's dangerous. It's a danger to my life dealing with the gang stalking. So it seems like I gotta be forced to have to stay on the run. And can't have anywhere stable. And can't rest. And I'm always fatigued and exhausted. You know. And this is like that for a lot of targets. Um, I mean, I don't know what other side hustles or job opportunities I can do besides my writing that I'm making hardly much of any writing from it, you know. So I'm gonna get off here for now and I'll chat later. I love y'all.